Hello guys, welcome again to the channel. I hope you are doing great. I hope you are having a very nice day. So on today's video, I'll be talking about why young people in Nigeria need to get into livestock farming. If any of you have been following me for long, people should by now know one thing about me. I'm always saying get into livestock farming, especially for the young people in Nigeria here, because at the end of the day, there are no jobs. There are no jobs out here. So the best thing a young person can do for himself or even for herself is to get something doing. And now, for me, I always say it that the biggest sector in the world, the sector with the biggest markets and the biggest demand in the world right now is agriculture. I don't know any other thing that has the demand for agriculture in the world. Because I know that before somebody would think of buying a Bentley, before somebody would think of buying a Rolls Royce, before somebody would think of buying a Fendi or a Gucci clothes, before somebody would think about barbing the hairs or buying anything, the person must have fed himself or herself. Like it or not, the average family today in Nigeria consume more on feeding annually than they spend on rents, that they spend on clothing, that they spend on feeding, because on paying tuition fees for their kids, because even the tuition fees also include feeding. So the feeding is included in their tuition fees. So the average family today in Nigeria, in fact it's not even in Nigeria, the average family today in the whole world spends more on feeding. And believe me when I say that 80% of the whole population in the world today is average. 80% of the whole world is average. So that's to tell that the market for agriculture is there. So if we come to Nigeria here now, Nigeria as of now, Nigeria has a population of 200 million people, citizens. And by 2030, we should be talking about 250 million people in this country. By 2050, it has been estimated that Nigeria will be reaching 300 million to 400 million. That's the population of Nigeria. Okay, let's just say 400 million. In fact, from the projection, they said that by 2050 Nigeria will be at a population of 400 million. So imagine a country of 400 million. How do they feed? And the majority of this population will be in the south here. Will be in the south, because in the north is sparsely occupied. But here in the south here, we have more dominated regions here in the south. So the demand for food will always be there. See, with population, if population increases, demand for products and services also increase. But the most significant product that increases is the food products, agricultural products. As of now, Nigeria has a population of 200 million. Nigeria cannot feed itself. Yes, that is simple truth. As of now, Nigeria cannot feed itself. That's to tell that a time will come when Nigeria will start importing food. A time will come when Nigeria will start importing beans. A time will come when Nigeria will start. See, Nigeria can't even satisfy its local demand for yellow corn, for rice. Nigeria cannot satisfy the local demand for rice, for beans. In fact, there is no product, there is no agricultural product right now in Nigeria that Nigeria can satisfy the local demand by itself. There is no. I don't know any product that Nigeria can comfortably satisfy this demand. Even ordinary coconut, Nigeria cannot satisfy the demand for coconut. Talkless of the likes of beans or gari, abi cassava. No, Nigeria cannot satisfy the demand. That's that there is need for that gap to be bridged. I want to talk about people should get into livestock farming. Now, if you're talking about food, the major thing you should also look at is also meat. Meat plays a vital role in feeding the nation. There's nobody that will eat rice today without eating meat. There's nobody that will eat soup today without at least eating pomo, eating kanda, for those of us here in the east. So meat plays a lot of role in also feeding the people of this country. So, and if you check it out very well, Nigeria can't even, the beef industry in Nigeria is at a very low level. Nigeria cannot satisfy its own demand for beef. the number of cows in Nigeria cannot satisfy the number of people we have in Nigeria, and it's a fact. It's a fact. So we have to also look for alternative means to improve our meat production in this country. Now, when I talk about getting to livestock farming, it's not as if I don't. It's not, okay, some people always ask me why am I always teaching people to get into something I also do. It's not me creating competition for myself. See, one thing I believe in this life is that at the end of the day, we are all human beings. The sky is too big for one person. The sky is too big for one person to fly. There's always room for everybody. So that's one thing I believe. And at the end of the day, we are all Nigerians. As of now, Nigeria is facing a lot of crisis because Nigeria is facing a lot of economical and financial crisis because of one single reason. Because we are a high consumer country. We consume a lot in this country without contributing any meaningful thing to the outside world. If you're always consuming, you are going to be in debt. That's how it is. Okay, imagine me now. The only thing that will be in my head is how will I enjoy life? How will I flex life? I'm always trying to consume. Whatever money that comes to me, I always consume. I will always be broke and financially very, very low because I'm always consuming. But assuming I'm the kind of person that is always investing, is always looking for things to contribute to the world, to put out to the world, people will naturally come to me, buy from me, and give me money. So what I'm saying in essence is that what is killing Nigeria right now is for that Nigeria doesn't produce much. Nigeria doesn't contribute much to the world. Okay, check it out. Nigeria has oil, but yet we export our oil. We export our oil as crude oil, and then we import it back at a high rate when it has been refined. So basically, petroleum products make up 80% of Nigeria's annual revenue. So imagine when 80% of your revenue is what you also use to import. After you have sold it, you now buy it back at a higher price. It doesn't make sense. Nigeria should, for me, I feel that what really spoils Nigeria is the coming of crude oil, because it's just disorganized everywhere. Because back then, when Nigeria depended fully on agriculture, Nigeria was organized. At least Nigerians were like, we have small money, let us utilize it very well. But immediately the oil money came, people started looting. People started, deceiving themselves and looting the country's money because they thought that the oil money was in abundance and it could never finish. But now we are in this crisis, and it's because of the fact that we couldn't, contribute much to the outside world. Now, how can Nigeria get back on their feet? Is to contribute enough. See, nobody will come to you unless you are selling a product or you are offering a service. So Nigeria has to sell something to the outside world. We have the land mass, we have the land size, we have the human capital to develop our agricultural sector. So it's not as if I'm creating competition for myself. No, I'm creating an alternative for Nigeria as a whole. Because if I push you, because here, me alone, at the end of the day, even if I decide to have the biggest pig farm in the world is a pig capacity of 2.1 million annually. A farm that produces 2.1 million mature pigs annually. Even if I decide to have that kind of farm here in Nigeria, I cannot satisfy the demand for pork in Nigeria, because one thing people have to understand that whatever is food has a huge market. Whatever has to do with food, whatever has to do with crop or meat has a huge market. Even snake meat, there are people that eat snake meat, but it might not be what you eat, but there are people that eat it. There are people that eat it. There are people that eat squirrel. There are people that eat a lot of things. So there is market for anything eatable. That's one thing you should understand, because the human population is ever growing, and the animals we have, the crops we have, cannot satisfy this demand. So we have to keep on pushing and pushing and pushing. So that's why I'm always saying, if you're a young person in Nigeria, I'm not saying that you must enter into agriculture, but if it's your passion, even if it's not your passion, for me, if you see an opportunity, you should just grab the opportunity, whether it's your passion or not. So if you see, since you know that there's no more job in this country, let me just see if I can help myself with agriculture, because there is nothing you plant today in Nigeria that you don't sell. See, yesterday I bought plantain. a slice of plantain for 50 naira. I bought a slice of plantain for 50 naira. That means one full bunch of plantain will be expensive. That's say that these things are now, their production level are very, very low. So that's why people are just hiking the price anyhow, because before you even find them it's hard. So when you get them, you hike the price and people stay back because they have no choice but to eat. Assuming that plantain was something like a clothes, I would have said that if I don't wear clothes, I still won't die. I will not die. But this is food. If I don't eat food, I will die. So I have to buy the food. So there is always market for every agricultural product you can think of. Be it pork, be it beef, be it goat meat. So at the end of the day, we all should try to get into this agricultural sector because the demand for it is high. And the two biggest sectors right now in the world is the agricultural sector and the real estate sector. I won't tell you to go into real estate because that one you need a lot of money to buy land and build house, or you can get loans anyhow. But at the end of the day, you can start a farm. You can start a farm in a small size. You can rent a land, plant your crops. You can rent a pig pen, put your pigs. You can rent a space, put your goats. You can rent a space, put your cows. So these things are, agriculture is like, it's easier for a young person who's coming out from university to start. It's easier for them to start, unlike the real estate. So, and we all know that Nigeria can't satisfy the demand for anything. Okay, just imagine 98% of wheat, which is used in making bread and flour and the rest, 98% of the wheat used in Nigeria is imported. Imagine if the provisions can be made and these things will be grown in Nigeria, because it can be done. Whether we have the land type or not, it can still be done. Corn, most of the yellow corn we use in Nigeria are imported. So Nigeria is really in trouble. And the way that things can be made worse is if a time comes when Nigeria cannot feed itself, and Nigeria will not have to be importing agricultural products. That will be the end of Nigeria. Because right now we are finding it hard to feed ourselves locally, but we are still surviving. But imagine when we have a population of 400 million by 2050 and Nigeria can't feed itself. That means Nigeria will be spending much of its money on importing food products when we have the land and the human capital to do this thing. So it's not as if I'm creating competition for myself. No, I'm just trying to contribute my own quota to creating a better Nigeria. Because at the end of the day, this country belongs to all of us. So if you are doing it and I'm doing it and another person is doing it, number one, we are creating jobs for ourselves, and number two, we are feeding the nation, and number three, we are protecting Nigeria from importing food. Because if we are able to satisfy the local demand and have some left to export, we are in a more advantageous position as Nigerians than when we start importing food from other countries. That would be the annihilation of Nigeria. So the best thing for us is to get into agriculture. No matter how big, no matter how small, we can do it, but let's just get into it, because at the end of the day, food plays a vital role in every society. And right now in this world, in fact, it has always been the same. Agriculture has always been the biggest market in the world, right from the beginning of time. So, and those people who go into it full time always get the other reward, because it's a very, very huge sector. If you are serious about it, you are going to make it in it, because there's no animal or crop you raise today and carry to the market and not sell. There is always demand for it. There are people that will call you and be like, how many cows do you have? Is it up to 1 million? Is it up to 100 pieces? They'll be like, yeah. You'll be like, yes. And they'll come and use their trailer and pack everything. How many tons of maize do you have? People are constantly looking for this. Somebody will call you, how many tons of plantain do you have? You'll be like, I have 10 tons. They'll tell you it's not enough. But they are looking for 300 tons. Now say that there is market for all these things. You just have to key into it. So guys, thank you for watching the video. Just make sure you get into livestock farming. Just make sure you get into agriculture. As far as you know is what you want to, because I don't want it to be as if I'm forcing you guys to get into agriculture. It's not a must. It's not a must. You have to get into agriculture. It's not a must. Nobody said that you have to get into agriculture. No, you just have to know if it's for you and if it's what you want to do, and you focus on it and you get it right. So guys, thank you for watching the video. Thank you for watching the video. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you like the video, and make sure you comment whatever you want to comment, ask your questions, and I will always be available here to answer. So thank you guys, and God bless guys. Peace.